What it do? Yo, man, listen. Today, I got an Avatar of Khaine replay for you. Let's get right into the video. Upon viewer request, I will be playing the neurothrope comp against a high legendary Avatar of Khaine. The team I will be using today is Neurothrope, Abrax, and Yaskor as core. Ahriman and Roswitha are the optionals. The reason I do like using Ahriman in this fight is because the Avatar of Khaine does spawn a lot of fire hexes, so you will most likely always be benefiting from Ahriman's passive. I do like Roswitha because there's that little bit of synergy with Ahriman. However, you could change her with Vitravis. They're both good characters. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Personally, I appreciate the fact that you can really go ham on those last two turns where you use her active, Neurothrope is fully stacked, you can attack from high ground with 2 hits using Yasgor's active ability and whatnot. So, without further to say, let's get right into the replay. Mid-video, what it do? Yo man, listen. For a little bit, people have been asking for a high legendary Avatar of Khaine replay with the Neurothrope team. So I got it for you. You're running a very simple basic comp, Neurothrope, Abrax, Yaskor as core, and Ahriman and Roswitha as the replaceables. They're here because Ahriman likes flames, and there are a lot of flame hexes on this map. Everything the boss does summons a flame hex. And Roswitha is just there to give Neurothrope a last turn like a lot of damage. So, the reason I've chosen this deployment is because we need to kill Warlocks as soon as possible, and we also want to stack the boss up to 15 as soon as possible. Now, as you can see, you can't really reach the boss turn 1, but what you can do is you can actually reach the Warlock, and because the smite bounces, you can actually start stacking the boss from turn 1. So we'll just do this. And now I'm gonna move this guy up, and I actually want to kill that. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Draupnir, when you do this movement, the boss is going to sweep, and you don't want sweeps, right? Because you want strikes. Strikes cover less area, they're less dangerous, and they put flame hexes on dead zones, which you don't actually go to. That's a great point. Golden star to you. We're gonna do this deployment. The Spore Mine is very important, because this actually creates a situation where the boss can make a sweep that targets 5 enemies, and he will always go for that. So as you can see, he actually went for all of them. Now, this is not a problematic because Abrax is actually not stuck in the hex, which is awesome. And Neurothrope is not tagged. And the only issue is Roswitha is kind of stuck here, so I'm just going to put her on the hex. She's not going to do much, but it's not a big deal because since this boss is not a psyker, her passive is kind of useless in this encounter. Aside from like the first 2 guys, but we don't care about them. So I'll attack with RMF first to set the hex on fire. Then we do Yaskor's attack. The reason I'm doing these first is because it doesn't matter when I do Abrax active. Usually you would want to use the Abrax active first, so when Ahriman and Yaskor attack, you summon more things, but since his back is against the wall, he's not going to be able to summon more than 3. Neurothrope attacks with 23,000, and I am just going to put a Spore Mine here for these guys to deal with. Spore Mines, after turn 1, they just exist to make sure the guy just don't like get out of hand. Now, I'm actually going to move Neurothrope up here to high ground. He does have close combat weakness, so we're going to lose a little bit of damage. I'm going to move Abrax here. I'm actually not going to put Yaskor in danger because he is charging up. He will explode for around like 10,000 flame damage, and there is no way Yaskor survives that. Or rather, there is no way I am risking Yaskor not surviving that. So we just do attacks. So Abrax attack, and you know what? I might as well just go for Doom. You know what? No Doom. Oh, that was a misclick. It's fine. It happens. Rolls with the attack, and then Neurothrope attack, and I actually want to put a Spore Mine right here to make sure at least one of these guys interacts with it. So yeah, this is fine. Now, I do have to like get them off high ground, which is annoying, but it's still like important, like it's still useful. So what we'll do is we will put this guy here, all to just be able to get as much damage as humanly possible. Now, it is round 3, and this guy has 12 stacks, so I'm actually not going to Brazier yet. So we're just going to attack with Yaskor. We're going to attack with Abrax. We're going to attack with Ariman. And I'm actually going to heal with Neurothrope, just in case. And we're just going to attack with Roswitha. And I'm going to put a Spore Mine right here. This is perfect. Now, see what happens. I'm actually gonna, oops, let me just scroll up a little bit. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna use Roswitha's active ability. So if he takes a little bit of damage, the damage is not important. It's the fact that he has a 20% damage intake. And so I'm gonna move to high ground. I'm gonna use his active on the neurothrope. And I'm actually gonna move Ariman to high ground as well. And this guy, unfortunately, he's condemned to death. So it's so I'll just try to do damage with him, unfortunately. So we do that. We attack with Ariman. And look, he's at 2,000 or 221,000 damage, and now we're gonna do 145,000 damage. So we're at a very good damage number. Now I'm actually just gonna put a guy here. Oops. The issue is he might actually just kill the neurothrope now because he can get to him. Okay, luckily he didn't kill the neurothrope, and this guy didn't die. That's pretty good. Okay, this is the last turn. So we just get an attack. So 5,000 damage is nothing crazy. Neurothrope is just gonna do 73,000 damage. We take those. And now Ariman can do 7,000 damage here. However, he can also do 7,800 damage there. So it's a little bit more damage. But we're at a point where we're just trying to squeeze out as much as possible from the juice or the fruit. Sorry, I've been told, everyone says that Draupnir, English isn't his first language. I've been told, you know, I said Draupnir fell off. Anyways, I'm not gonna extend it too much. So we attack with this guy. Very reasonable 450,000 damage on the what's it called? Legendary 4 Avatar of Khaine. I could do this. This is not going to do any damage. That's the replay. I'll give it back to normal video Draupnir now. And we are back. So, what are the takeaways from this replay? The boss fight is very chaotic. There is a lot of unpredictability because of how the Guardians work. The boss does stat check you at higher difficulties, especially at Legendary 5. If you don't have high diamond characters, they will be dropping like flies. Side note, I do really appreciate the fact that Snowprint reduced the grenade damage and made it so they can't crit. That completely changes how the fight plays, and I do think it's a change for the better. So, let's get right back into the takeaways, yeah? The fight is very easy to mess up with the neurothrope. This does become a problem if you're not confident in your abilities, because you do most of your damage on the last few turns where you use Roswitha active. This can push people away. However, I do think it is incredibly satisfying when you hit Avatar of Khaine for like 144,000 damage. I do think the priority should be Neurothrope. His passive is the main way you deal damage, so it's pretty good. Abrax is the second best. Yaskor can stay at lower levels, maybe if you play super careful and super smart. The other characters are subject to change. I do think if there is a future release that does something they do better, they are more likely to get replaced than Yaskor or Abrax. Anyways, that's the video. Bloody Rose Discord server, link in the description. You should join. There's Draupnir gang chat. We'll chat. It'll be fun. I'm expecting to see you there. Thank you very much for watching the video. Special thanks to Dieselfox, Papajon, Lita Lama, Sarp, Heartswept, Ascleon, Yeris, Bruce McSloop, Prosan, Infinite Power, UseDelta4, and Cinnamon Profit for entering my referral code. It's in the middle of your screen. If you want to enter it, it gets you 100 Blackstone, and it's a great way to support the channel, and I really do appreciate it if you do it. If not, it's not the end of the world. I appreciate you giving me the time of day and watching my videos. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and stay safe.